Hey everybody, I've been getting some questions on my backyard rig that I built, how I did it, what's working, what's not. So I figured I would give you a little tour, give you some information, and maybe give you some ideas for yours. So here we go. I'm gonna start on this side. I'm gonna start off with some devil steps, pretty standard. I did do an overhang though, so you can climb on the outside here as well on the inside. Put some eye bolts in there for this so we can hang nunchucks, cannonballs, or whatever you want to from those eye bolts. And then in the middle here, I created kind of an Iron Maiden type thing. So that's just galvanized pipe with some flanges that you can get at Lowe's. And I just put one up each stair. It's kind of like a pegboard type obstacle. Works out pretty well. This is an 8-foot span of just treated, I think those are 2x10s or so. They were flexing a bit, so that's why I had to reinforce it. I got this 4x4 underneath here to stabilize that very first one. Up top, I have a board that's vertical to prevent that top board from flexing, and then I tied them all together with these 2x4s. It really stabilized it up so they don't flex very much. It's working out pretty well, actually. All of these are rounded out, so I took a router and rounded off the edges that I'd be climbing on so it didn't hurt quite as much. I used a pretty large bit, which second guessing a little bit because it's kind of slick, and with that rounded edge it's easy to slip off, but it's better for training, so figured just get me better that way. Coming into the Salmon Ladder, typical Salmon Ladder, just got 2x4 rungs attached with these kind of brackets. It's a lag bolt that goes through the other side. All right, you see that? I used rubber matting on the face. That's rubber matting you can get at any Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or anything. It cuts pretty easily. It quiets it down quite a bit, so trying to be nice to the neighbors because salmon ladders can get loud, as everybody knows. However, I will say that makes it rather difficult to actually do. The bar will get stuck on that rubber, so you just gotta be a little more intentful with your transfers and climbing and all that kind of stuff. But again, just makes training a little harder, so when you get to a regular salmon ladder, hopefully it'll be a little easier. So I have a overhang up top there where I put a bar, again just galvanized pipe with some of those flanges that you can get at Lowe's, so I could hang a climbing rope down on this side. Everything is 6x6 treated posts. I rounded these edges out because these were kind of sharp, so I took a router and rounded all the edges, so if I run into it, it doesn't hurt quite as bad. It still hurts, but not quite as sharp that way. On the other side of the double salmon ladder, I just got like an Incline Monkey Bar system. Instead of just stopping on this side, I drilled a hole through the faceplate here and extended those posts out, so then I can climb this side. I can put rings on there or whatever, and then the bar goes through for monkey bars on the inside. Just use regular risers that you can get, stair risers at any lumber store, and then put a 2x12 faceplate on there attached to it. So we got eye bolt lag screws underneath, so you can climb those with any hooked things or attach anything to there. And then I use these little PVC ends. They just they're really tight on there, so you take a hammer, tap them on there. They can come off if you really crank on them, but just provides a little edge there to protect you from getting cut on the end of the pipe and help the rings stay on there and not slip off. So moving on down here, this has been the cool piece. I got this idea from Lauren Ball, actually. So you can get this hardware at Lowe's, again, just like the other thing. They're just various flanges and pipe hardware, and then galvanized pipe, which you can also get at Lowe's or Home Depot. So this is pretty cool. It's a rail system, so I got a rail on each side. Side on there, rail side on there, and then we got the cross beams, and those cross beams are attached with these 90-degree fittings, and then those fittings can actually slide down the pipe, or you can take out the pipe altogether. So right now between that pipe and that pipe is about 10.5 feet. You know, if I want to shorten that, then I just kind of slide it down the pipe and there you go. Or I add another pipe in here in the middle, and then I can have other options as well. Up top, I just have flanges bolted into the top of that 2x12. I have those going every 3 feet. Those are not adjustable. And so between the bottom and the top, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Right now I've been going from, you know, this lower bar to that upper bar. I've been hanging stuff from the upper bar. Got a UFO. You can pretty much hang anything you want from these bars and create a lot of cool stuff. So on the other side of this post, again, just another rail system, same type of thing. So it's been working out pretty well. So thanks Lauren for that. It's been pretty cool. And then again, instead of just stopping at there, I have them hanging over the edge and have a little monkey bar system out here. I was using some of these posts or these bars to extend over to support this. I used to have more here, but we took those bars out because we wanted to do bigger laches. Ideally, I'd probably do another lane out on this side to help support that a little bit better. But it's not falling down, still doing pretty well, so go from there. So this is all 1.25" galvanized pipe for the Lache lane. That's an inside diameter, 1.25". That's about 12 feet between the posts. So that's a pretty big span for a bar. So to help it out, I made sure that the pipe is kind of overhung enough so when that bar flexes, the Lache bars will actually hit the 2x12 and help support it that way. So there's not so much tension and flexion on those bars that span it out. It seems to help quite a bit. On the inside here too, I rounded out those ledges with a router so you can have a bit of a cliffhanger going down the inside. And then this side, we got wing nuts. You can hang rings from the overhang bars as well. Was working on height for the wing nuts. The lower section was kind of too low. Those upper bars are too high, so I created a little Y formation there to get those at a better height. Little sketchy if you're on the bigger side of Ninja Warrior athletes, but for me, it's doing the trick. Just got some crash pads down here, covered them in tarp. A little worried about those, to be honest, though. I have a feeling I'm kind of ruining those being out here in the elements. Doing my best to keep them good, but I know there's water in there, and hopefully the water is between layers of tarp and not between the tarp and the mat itself. Moving on, we got cliffhanger holds up this side with a bar across the top, and more cliffhanger holds down that side. And then for padding, been getting questions about this as well. So as we know, crash pads are super expensive. I went to a mattress store and just got some of their old throwaway mattresses. Tried to get the ones without the springs, more just because I know those can pop out. But and then got these mattress moving bags over Amazon. They claim to be waterproof. The tarp part is waterproof, but the zippers are not. And so I got like the clear plastic mattress bags on the inside to help with that. and then covered them with these tarp mattress moving bags. Water still is getting in there though, and there's some mold growing in there with the mattresses. Found out that the zippers are not waterproof the hard way that way. So what I've been doing lately is I've been tipping them up, so they usually have a side where the zipper is not. And then so now when it rains, the water just gets on this part and then hopefully runs down and runs out of the bag rather than kind of sitting in there and getting all nasty. So it's working out better. I'm still not perfect, but way better than, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on crash pads. So keeping us safe. So that's my rig. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it gave you some ideas. If I didn't answer any questions that you have, throw them in the comments and let me know what you think. Take care.